think it might be working now. No, that's not it. Okay, it's good now.
And we'll have some semblance of normalcy. Do you guys want to add anything to that?
Yeah, and I think along with General Conference goes the jurisdictional conference, which is where our bishops are elected and where they are appointed. We have an 8-year limit on our bishops, and our bishop would be coming up to his 8th year. So he would normally have been leaving after the jurisdictional conference, but he will stay on until 2021, and they may even decide to let them all stay where they are. There'll be some that would retire, but by that time we should know if we're going to have people leaving the denomination and all of that, and the effect that would have on the number of churches in the Florida Conference, the number of churches in the jurisdiction, and the number of bishops that we'll need. All that has to be decided, and that it'll take a while. I think you have 4 years to decide if you want to stay with the denomination or leave at that time.
And that's if the protocol gets voted in. That's still not a guarantee.
Yeah, that's true. That's certainly not. Nobody can surmise what's going to happen at the General Conference.
The other thing is annual conference. I'll just mention that briefly. We are still having annual conference, but it's going to be virtual. And so we still have business that needs to be taken care of as a Florida conference, and we will be doing that. I believe they've pushed back the service of ordination and retirements and that kind of thing until, I want to say, September. I think that was the month I read. But we will have annual conference virtually the first week of June.
It's September the 19th.
It's September 19th. Okay.
It's my understanding that they can't do the virtual conference.
Oh, they can't?
The Judicial Council has ruled that it can't be virtual. That they're going to have a 1-day session of annual conference. And they're trying to decide whether to have it at First Lakeland or
Florida
First
Southern.
Orlando.
Oh.
And they're trying to decide which one to have it in. Now, that's my understanding of what's being done right now.
Okay.
The Judicial Council ruled they can't do it by virtual.
That's interesting. Okay. There you go. There's the answer to the question and more.
All right. A second question that was asked just today was, who is the new director at New Hope Early Learning and how can we register?
Oh, that's a great question. Shelley, you want to take that one?
Sure. So our new director is Michelle Avila Ashcraft. She's phenomenal. She's going to do a great job. She's already been working with the preschool staff. They've had meetings. They're getting ready for the next school year. There's a little bit of changes coming as far as classroom locations, but she's going to do a great job. And then to register, Mandy, did you want to screen share?
Sure.
Register for, so you can go online. There's an online registration packet. We've already had many people take advantage of the online registration packet. So it's under ministries. Go to New Hope Early Learning from the main page, and you'll see that there's a register online for the 2020-2021 school year. And it's very easy. You can fill it out, and the rate sheet's there to let you know how much it costs to send somebody to the New Hope Early Learning Preschool. Mm-hmm. They're phenomenal. I can't say it enough. We have classes for 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, VPK, and kindergarten. We're one of the only schools in the area, preschools, that have a kindergarten classroom. And then we have a kind of a mom's morning out called We Play that's available for kids under the age of 3. So it's very easy to register.
Yeah, and we have a very affordable preschool for the quality. It is amazing. In fact, we even lowered the prices a little bit this year just because we want to be a blessing to the community, and we want everybody who's interested in attending. We don't want money to be a hindrance, and if it is, you let me know. But it's a phenomenal quality program with great teachers. All 3 of my kids have gone through. Shelley, all of your kids have gone through. Who else? Your kids have gone through. Mandy's, Jeff's. I mean, really amazing teachers, long term, who've been here for a really long time. Yeah. It's kind of, it's almost like a staple of Brandon education.
Yeah, we also are offering the Lunch Bunch group this year too.
Yes,
it's something new for people that need just a little bit more time and want their kids to get some more interaction during Lunch Bunch. So,
yes.
Yeah. And needless to say that the best thing that Michelle, the new director, has is that she is what?
Bilingual.
You said it. It's a great opportunity. And if you're listening, tell your friends. It's a great preschool. Yes. It is a phenomenal preschool. Been a mainstay for a very long time. I mean, my husband's 53 and he went to preschool there. It's been around a long time.
All right. Another question that came in would be, when is the next food co-op?
Good question. The next food co-op is Tuesday, which is what, the 5th? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, my days kind of run together. But it's the 5th, and to register, you want to screen share, Mandy?
Gotcha.
You go to the website, go to New Hope Life Center to food co-op. And there you can put in your order. And you do have to pre-register by Sunday night. That's the deadline, Sunday night, because we do our shopping on Monday. And it's a drive-through co-op. It's amazing. We have live worship music, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Yes. It's like a worship service. I mean, it is. We have prayer.
We're going to add Daniel. Daniel's going to join us this week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Daniel's our pianist, for those of you who don't know, and he is amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And it's open to anyone. You don't have to be a member or even attend our church. Just it's open to anyone. So if you guys are watching and you have somebody that you think can benefit from it, let them know. They just need
$5. It's just $5.
And you can get 2 units. And just to put anybody's fears at ease, our volunteers that are packaging, we're pre-packaging food. They wear masks and gloves. So they're doing that from the time the food gets in there, and they're in the room. They pack it up for us, and then we meet you at the car. It's a drive-through co-op, which has been a blessing. The drive-through co-op has been something that's excited us. It's changed the way we do food co-op, but it's been very good. And it's easy. So it's very safe also.
Yeah.
And bring your own egg cartons because we need to sanitize and recycle them for the next time.
All right. We actually had somebody chime in that has a question. It says, wondering if when I fail God, will he continue to forgive and help me? So that's a different kind of question for us.
Riley, you want to address that?
Well, I didn't quite hear all of what was the first part. If I
fail God, will he
fail
continue
God.
to forgive and help me?
Okay. I hope so, for one thing, because I think every one of us fail God in some way or another. Even the disciples. I mean, look at Paul, the greatest product of the faith, and he was a persecutor of God, of Christ. But Simon Peter, who was the first pope, he denied Jesus, and of course, he became the first bishop of Rome. I mean, and he's called Saint Peter today. So all of us have failed to be everything that God would want us to be, and some of us like to act like we don't. But that in itself is failing God because we're not being honest. So if we're truly honest, we confess that we have failed, we have sinned, and we're not worthy. But that's the greatness of the gospel. Everything I've read in the scripture tells me that God loves me. His love for me is greater than my foolishness and my failures. And that's just the greatness of the gospel. That's why it's called amazing grace, because it's freely given, poured forth out of the love of God, who never quits loving us. We're the prodigals. He never quits loving us. We're the lost sheep. He never quits looking for us and receiving us back home. So, yeah, can I fail God? Oh, I do fail God. Does he forgive me? You bet he does. And thank God he does. I don't preach out of who I am. I preach out of who Jesus is. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amen.
All right.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to preach a little bit.
Okay, so another question would be, is there an update on Warren Willis summer camps and VBS and the PSM mission trips and fundraising for the summer?
There is. I'll speak to Warren Willis and VBS. Let's just say it's going to be a very busy July. So Warren Willis sent out an email to everybody that was already registered, and they posted on their Facebook page today that they have canceled the first 2 weeks. So week 1 and 2 of Warren Willis. We usually go week 1. So that means our week is no longer available. We are going, as a church, we are going to strive to go the week of July 13th through the 17th, which is, I believe, week 6. When you register for the 13th through the 17th of July. We'll send out an email today, and also know that they've extended the scholarship deadline for the scholarship applications to May 18th. So Chris and I were talking earlier, we've only filled out about 5 or 6 scholarship apps. So if you still need to fill out a scholarship app, you can do that online, and you can print it. You could download it, take a snapshot of it, send it to us. We'll fill out the part that we need to fill out, and we can mail it for you so we can get it in. But you should probably do that this coming week so that we have it by next Friday so we can do our part and send it on. VBS is scheduled for the week after, which is July 20th. And we're still planning on doing Vacation Bible School as normal, unless something happens and we don't. But we'll keep you we'll notify you if that changes. And then Chris, do you want to speak about the mission trip and fundraising?
Yeah. Mission trip, we are still looking at a rescheduled week of July 26th. We changed our location to Wilmington, North Carolina, due to the virus and the pandemic. We had to change our location and date. So with that, I've had already a couple of students that can't go due to other commitments. So right now I have 3 openings if you know of a 8th grade and up student through a senior in high school that would like an opportunity to go on a mission trip. So right now we're looking towards that. As far as fundraising goes, I can pretty much say that our physical presence with fundraising, like the senior prom and the chili cook-off, we've done a great amount there. We would like to continue in trying to help the students out by doing a FundMe link. And Shelly and I will probably get together on when we are going to put that out, but it's pretty much up to the student to go out and try and earn money for themselves through that link. Like I said, we've had our opportunities to be up front in front of the church to try and do fundraising. Now it's kind of your turn, and due to this situation, it's probably the best thing we can do and for you to do to earn money for that. So more information on that's coming. As far as, I just want to say with camp, we are encouraging you to sign up when we do on the week of the 13th. That's what we usually do. We encourage our church, we encourage our students to sign up the week that we go. It's not like we all pack into a van and go up to Warren Willis. We encourage you to just go up there so we have familiar faces and familiar students and you know everybody. But if you can't go the week of the 13th, don't let that stop you from going to camp. Camp is very important, and Warren Willis is an awesome place. So if the only week that you can go is a different week than what we're encouraging you to do, by all means, go. If that's the only week you can do it, by all means, do it. The fundraising you did for that camp will still apply to you if you're going to camp. So keep that in mind.
And if you haven't already, if you're on Facebook, you can like the Warren Willis summer camp page. And they've been putting out updates about every 2 weeks. In their update, they just did say that it may change. It's kind of a fluid situation. So that's there. And we do have other kids that go different weeks. So if you can't go the week that we pick, go a different week. Great camp.
Yep.
Chris,
Awesome.
can I ask another question? Can we tell them how much the mission trip is so that if they are planning on going, they can start to, if you have those 3 spots open?
The cost would be $500. And if you want to put a deposit down as soon as possible, that would be great. YouthWorks is doing a deal with us where if we have to cancel due to the coronavirus or other commitments, they are refunding the deposit back. So if you would like to put a deposit down now, but then all of a sudden things change, something happens, that deposit will come back. So don't let that stop you from wanting to go.
Awesome. We had 2 questions come in on Facebook right now. It was about how do we go about getting an upper room devotional without signing up for subscription? And is there anyone we can pick up at church? And Patsy's actually watching with us, and she let them know that they are available in the Life Center. We have the large print and the standard print available in the lobby of the Life Center. And then Vicki, we had one from Jody that asked about our coin jars for the children's home. She said she's still filling hers up. Do we have collection data for her for that?
Excuse me. You can just turn it in whenever it's filled, Jody. And for all of you, I just found a bag of coins that I had tucked away and forgotten about. So the Koinonia class is the one who gathers those and raises the money for the Florida United Methodist Children's Home. And if Becky and Keith, if you're watching, it's good for them to know that they can swing by the church office and pick up those coins. So just drop them off whenever it's convenient to you. The office is still open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 1. And if you can't get there during those times, just shoot me an email and I'll figure out a way to get them for you.
Perfect. Okay, another one was more of a comment and then a question afterwards. It says, we love the Wednesday time of prayer and worship at noon that took place this week. Will we be doing those every week?
Roberto, why don't you take that one?
Absolutely. We were in the other side of the camera. We enjoyed it as much as you enjoyed it. It was a time in the presence, and I would say of unity in the Holy Spirit. And yes, we will continue doing it every week. And we encourage you to make it like a weekly thing. Get used Wednesdays, get a power lunch that it's going to be really empowering, by the way, for your week. It's like a midweek, like getting some gas and going on in the week in the power of the Holy Spirit, trusting God, so that everything that we pray is not going to be any burden for us anymore from the rest of the week. So we encourage you to not only connect but also invite people. There is a power lunch online at New Hope, Facebook Live, and all streaming services. Mandy, where else could people see the streaming?
We're doing it on Facebook, like you said. You can also watch it on the church online platform, which is findnewhope.online.church. Stuart, are we doing our YouTube as well?
Yeah, anything we live stream on our live stream platform automatically is pushed to YouTube. Although I did notice something I'm going to change, which no matter what we're streaming, the title always says live worship. So you and I got to come up with some kind of a generic title that will always work.
Yeah, and by the way, it's gonna continue being an interactive time. Yeah. So be sure to engage in conversation with us, because we want that. We want people to engage in conversation with Vicky and I, with the worship leaders. If you have a question for the worship leaders that are gonna be with us, make sure you write your question. We're gonna be paying attention to our interaction.
And send us your prayer requests. I mean, we'll be praying over the requests that go through the prayer chain over the course of the week. But if you have specific things that you want us to pray for during that worship service, send them to us. I mean, obviously you can send them to Roberto or me, our email. But Mandy, how else do you think? Just
you know what, we can set up something. We can do a form, and I'll put it on the website under Connect. We'll do a submit a prayer request for our midweek worship service. So yeah, we'll get that up maybe later tonight or tomorrow morning, so people can do that as well.
That would be good.
I believe, Mandy, it's going to be like re-streamed like once or twice after that, right?
Correct. We will replay those, just like we do our Sunday services and this Q&A and a lot of the other Zoom meetings. There'll be a new schedule for the week out tomorrow, so check that out.
And our goal is to keep doing these services even after, like, everybody goes back to work, you know, that we're not working from home. We're actually in an office, because it's the kind of thing you can watch on your phone from your desk or in your car, or wherever you are. If you're sitting at Chipotle eating lunch, you can watch a prayer service. So we'll be continuing this hopefully indefinitely. And we'd love your feedback. We would love your feedback.
Awesome.
Something on those lines that if I could pipe in is not only are we live on YouTube for that, but we're live on YouTube anytime we do anything live. So if someone's having a problem with one of the other platforms, the video on Sunday is available on the Church Online platform. It's available on Facebook Live, and it's also available on YouTube. So even when we come back to being in person, that will still be the case. So you have three. If you're having a problem, the third backup is always YouTube. Or something I had a complaint about was people were trying to cast from their mobile, non-iPhone, or didn't have an Apple TV or something. If you have Chromecast or something like that, the YouTube app will let you Chromecast to your smart TV or something like that, instead of having to watch it on your phone. So that was a question I've gotten directly a few times, and it seemed relevant.
So where do we go on YouTube?
It's whenever we're live on YouTube. So it's youtube.com/FUMC media. That's the name since like 15 years ago, and I can't change it. But if you follow us on YouTube, on the main church webpage at the bottom, there's the little YouTube icon, and you can follow us and hit the little notification bell. And anytime we're live, if you have the YouTube app, it'll go a push notification, and you know that we're live for anything we do live.
And I don't know how many people have a Roku, but maybe this has been around for forever, but I got a mirror to Roku app, and it is so easy then to watch the worship service on your smart TV with no cords, no adapters.
Right.
And I'm also looking into getting us a native Roku app too.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
But the app
paying.
was only like, I think it was $12.99, which was cheaper than buying an adapter for my MacBook. So I was thrilled.
Awesome. And on all those platforms too, like Facebook and on the New Hope Online platforms, we do have moderators during our services. So we have people that are there during 8, 9:30, and 11 on Sundays. We have them there during the midweek noon service. We have somebody on Facebook. So we always have somebody there from staff or lead volunteer that's there to answer your questions and pass along requests and everything. So we're always there. All right. The next one would be, what is the plan for New Hope with some of the restrictions that are being lifted in the state?
Good question. I'll start and then anybody else can pop in. I mean, we need to talk about this some more. We don't have a clear plan yet. We're kind of taking our lead from the state and the conference. The Florida conference has a task force that is meeting right now, and they're developing a set of guidelines for UMCs to help as we reopen. My guess is we will reopen sometime in June, and we will reopen with phases. Like phase 1, people will come in and we'll social distance, and we will not have children's ministry. It will be family worship. And then maybe phase 2 will phase in something else. But I don't think we don't have a definitive plan because we're waiting for guidelines. Does anybody else want to speak to that?
North Georgia annual conference had, I think you got this, I think Roberto got this too, their guidelines, and they were very good. I think we probably need to look at those as a staff and see how we can work worship around those guidelines. Of course, one of your problems is your senior pastor is in that very dangerous area that's threatened by this most of all. But I look forward to it. And Patty said I can't preach with a mask on, but I can try. I'm willing to try it. In fact, I may just cover myself with a sack so nobody can tell how old I am either. Trying to be good.
Oh, geez. And I think the other thing we've learned from this is that there's this whole group of people that are very engaged with online worship. So that we are going to keep that. I think Stuart mentioned it, but we're going to keep that very active and relevant. We don't know exactly how yet, but we will continue to have people moderating that because previously we've had an online component, but it's just been live worship that you get to watch online. That means there's downtimes when we have the offering, or downtimes when we receive communion. And so we're figuring out like how to do that. We will have somebody who will be very intentional about continuing to engage with our online congregation. It's truly going to be our third campus. So,
and we are pledging with children's ministry to continue to do the midweek hookups or meetups, actually, midweek meetup on Zoom. They've been well received, and the kids are having a great time, and the leaders are having a great time. So we're going to continue doing that also.
Yeah.
Awesome. The next one that came in would be, how does someone inquire about volunteering in the different ministry areas at New Hope?
Well, it depends on your ministry area. If you know the area you want to volunteer in, for instance, if you're interested in volunteering with music, then you would contact Jeff Brandt. If you're interested in helping with children's ministry, then you contact Shelley. But if you're not sure, I'm so sorry. If you're interested in helping with tech ministries, Stuart would love to help you. He's giving me all kinds of signals and I'm totally clueless. So you get the idea. And the way you contact us, I would say for all of us, probably the best way is email. And it's just our first name at findnewhope.com. So it's very simple. If you don't know, then just send an email to info, I-N-F-O, at findnewhope.com. It comes to me, and then we can talk about what your spiritual gifts are, what your passions are, and kind of help you narrow it down where you might want to serve.
And if I might just say something, if you're interested in music at all, you just need, and you don't want to go and talk to anybody, just want to see. If you come on Wednesday night at 7:30, whenever we get to resume again, you'll be welcomed with open arms. There's no auditions. There's no pressure. You don't have to have a thing. We provide everything for you. You just need to show up with a willing spirit and a willing heart on Wednesday nights at 7:30, and we take it from there. So there's nothing you have to do.
Good. Do you have to have a good voice?
Well, that helps. But it's not you don't have to have a good voice, just a praising voice.
Okay, a happy, joyful voice.
Joyful voice.
And Stuart, do you have to have any tech knowledge to serve in technical arts ministry?
Thank you. Actually, no, you don't have to have any experience. We also have volunteer opportunities that aren't even on campus. Even right now, during this COVID-19 time, there's actually jobs you could do at home right now. For instance, we have 15 years of worship services recorded on DVD, and we're trying to convert those all to some other format. So if you still have a computer with a DVD ROM drive in your computer in your house and it's just sitting there 3/4 of the day, come by, talk to me or email me, and I can send you home with a box of DVDs to rip, and then you can give them back to me.
Okay, it sounds like fun.
I think
It's one of those things, if your computer's idle, you just stick it in the computer, you hit the go button, and you just leave it for like 45 minutes and it's finished as well by itself.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think we're gonna have some new opportunities too with the online campus. We're gonna have some new, maybe we don't even know yet. Maybe you have some ideas that how you can help us with the online campus. So if you have any ideas or want to think about helping with that, you can contact me, Mandy at findnewhope.com. And I think we're gonna have a lot. So we need volunteers, I think, in all ministry areas.
And by the way, the fact that we have a Spanish speaking ministry doesn't mean that if you don't speak Spanish, that's a deal breaker. I mean, you don't have to speak Spanish because the Holy Spirit is the same, and he can use you beyond the language boundaries. And so feel free to contact me if you are interested in serving in any of the ministries, Spanish speaking ministries of the church. Roberto at findnewhope.com.
The children's ministry is going to have all kinds of opportunities to prep for Vacation Bible School. And just know, when you serve in children's ministry and youth ministries, we do full and complete background checks so that we're making sure that all the kids are taken care of.
Good.
All right. We're going to switch gears here. Someone wants to know how they can watch the Passage service this Sunday.
Live on Facebook.
I can take, yeah. So we're going to be live on all the platforms we talked about. We're going to be live here on the Church Online platform. We're going to be live on Facebook, and we're going to be live on YouTube. I will say, since I have this opportunity, that since we pre-edited the Sunday morning service, it actually came in a little bit longer than an hour. So we're probably not going to start that till, say, 12:05, 12:10.
All right.
So it gives people an opportunity to go get a bite to eat and come back. Popcorn, maybe.
Chris, do you want to add anything for the service?
I just encourage everybody to tune in and watch. These are some students who have worked really hard, 30 plus weeks at studying faith and our church and the Methodist denomination, and they deserve all the support and love they can get from the people they're joining into the church with, who have already been here. And if you could just express that by just tuning in, watching, if you know them personally, try and reach out to them, congratulate them, celebrate with them. It's an important time in their lives, and maybe even it'll give you a brief reflection of what it does mean and what it did mean when you joined the church too.
That's good. I wonder, I'm just curious, how many people in the squares that I'm looking at were confirmed and remember their confirmation?
Absolutely.
I mean, I do. Yeah.
So that it's pretty special. It's a special time. And when you think about it, I think all of us in the squares who raised our hands, we probably went through a week, maybe a month at the most to get confirmed. And these guys just went through 30 plus weeks. So it's been a long, exhausting, but very beneficial program for them. And they're here at the end, and please watch.
Good.
Awesome. Let's see. AJ, this next one's going to come to you. They want to know, how can young adults get connected? And Pastor Roberto, you can probably chime in after AJ too about the Spanish-speaking congregation, how those young adults can get into.
So we have 2 ministries in young adults now. I'm excited to say, finally, we have our college age, which is Sundays at 11 a.m. And we just recently kicked off Wednesday at 7 p.m. for career young adults. So that's out of college, maybe even if you're still getting a master's, but there's really no wrong. We have 2, I have Erica who's coming alongside in the career ministry to help me with that. So any of you college kids, anywhere, 11 a.m. on Sunday, we have great conversations, career age, brand new group, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Join us. The church has left the building. We're doing things different ways. So the sky is the limit. And so please come join us. If you need to reach out, and just aj@findnewhope.com, and we could meet via Zoom and talk and get you in the right place. But we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of our, if you know any youth, any college age youth that is interested, Spanish speaking, and wants to be a part of our group, ask them to send me an email. To send me to roberto@findnewhope.com, or Felix at findinghope.com. Felix and his wife are like leading this group, so that's a possibility as well. And by the way, we're hoping that some of our Spanish-speaking youth are going to also join the Wednesday at 7 o'clock group as well.
Woohoo! I'm excited. Awesome.
All right. I just had somebody chime in that Judy Haysha, who we love, she says, I'm old and I remember mine, for her confirmation.
Aww.
You know what's funny about confirmation is Cody called me today because he and his girlfriend were having a conversation about, because they practice different denominations, and he started talking about confirmation. And so we literally just talked, my 21-year-old just talked about his confirmation class and some of the different things he learned in confirmation. So it doesn't just stop that year.
Good.
All right. A question that we get every week is, how do we submit our tithes and offerings? And do we have to wait till Sunday to submit them online? So I'll chime in with the Sunday online. You don't have to wait till Sunday. If you go to the website to findnewhope.com, and I'm going to share this for you guys real quick, and you come over to the blue give button, it's going to give you all of our opportunities to give online here. You can do it using a Vanco account. If you have a one-time offering, you can use our one-time offering. You can even use text to give, which is super easy. You just text the amount that you want to give. Once you register, that's literally all you have to do. The first time you do it, you'll have to do a couple little housekeeping items, but other than that, it's super easy. So you don't have to wait until Sunday to give if you're wanting to give online. Let's see.
I would like to say something about that online giving and what's happening. I just got a report today about our giving in the month of April. And we were able to, we want to assure the church that we've been able to pay all of our bills. We've been able to pay the salaries of these great disciples and servants of Christ that we have. And we have even been able to get ahead a little bit. That's what's so amazing, that the giving by this church is just another one of those wow things. And we want to thank you for that faithfulness, and keep it up, because we're still going to have, that was last month. Now we have a whole new month ahead of us too. But I think it's something the church needs to be aware of and proud that we have been able to, your faithfulness has we've been able to financially stay ahead. There are a lot of businesses that are folding, and a lot of our members have been suffering financially through this. Mm-hmm. But the gifts have continued to come in, and that's a real testimony of a love for this great church. And I want to thank everybody for it.
And you can also drop off, what I mentioned, you can drop off offerings at the church office. We have a secure box that you can drop them in when the church is open. So there's also that opportunity as well. Let's see. Another one that we have there is a meet and greet that's happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Facebook. What is that about? And I'll kind of start, and if anybody wants to chime in. So we've heard a lot of everybody saying that they miss seeing people's faces. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. here on Facebook and on the church online platform, you will be able to join in a virtual meet and greet. We will be able to see people's faces and say hi, and we'll take praise reports and prayer requests. And we're going to have Lisa and Omar join us, and they're going to do some praise music with us. So it's just a time to get together, say hi to people you haven't seen in a while. Some of us will be on there. So that's what that is. And you'll just, you can watch on Facebook, or you can actually join in on the Zoom meeting, and I will send out that information again probably tomorrow morning so that everybody has it up in the top of their email box. So that's what that is tomorrow. Anybody have anything else? No?
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there too. I can't wait to see everybody's faces, all the little squares.
It's like the Brady Bunch, but a lot of us. All right, just a couple more questions. Another one would be, will we continue to add Bible studies and connect groups that are online exclusively?
We certainly can. I mean, we've talked about that. And as we continue to ramp up our online campus, it would make sense that we would have connect groups that would meet virtually. A lot of that has to do with demand. And if you got in having leaders. So if you would like to lead an online Bible study or an online connect group, that would be wonderful. Because I know for some people, coming in the evening time when you come home from work, it's hectic, and to just hop on a Zoom call is a lot easier. So we want to make that available, or if somebody lives further away. One interesting thing about having an online campus is we have people worshiping with us from all over the world. And so we can be in a Bible study with people from all over the world. Isn't that awesome that we have that ability? So that's a definite possibility.
Awesome. So we've all kind of done this already about we had somebody that just maybe highlights to some of our ministry areas. And I think most of us have done that, but I think that we had mentioned something about a leadership opportunity, a training for leaders. Vicki, do you and Roberto want to talk to that?
The operational team, which is Roberto and myself, Paul Brooks, Becky Jordan, James Jacobs, Michael Heaton. Have I forgotten anybody? Roberto? I don't think so.
No.
We developed basically a curriculum, a leadership development curriculum. And we're beta testing it right now with a group of about 12 people, including AJ and Stuart are both in that group. It's pretty intense. There's a spiritual formation piece of it. There's a leadership development book that you read. Roberto has a really grueling course on the Holy Spirit, and but good. Just let's see. We talk about leadership at New Hope and what it means to be a leader at our church specifically. There are a lot of elements to it. It's pretty in depth, and it's all about creating a deeper bench of leaders, which we really need. Roberto, do you want to speak to that more to it?
Yeah, just reinforce the idea that it's a beta group that we're testing for the first time, and we're hoping that we're like improve it. Like once we start again, hopefully in the summer, the fall, we're gonna start again another group that we're like gaining experience with this group. So hopefully next group is gonna be a lot better, and we're gonna have a more finished product, curriculum, and all that, and we will create like a cycle of people in different trainings. So this is going to be like the starting point of it. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's really valuable. And if you are interested in being a leader, I mean, we have so many amazing leaders at the church. And I think sometimes people don't realize they're a leader, but if you lead a small group, you're a leader. If you help lead in any specific ministry, you are a leader already. If you want to develop yourself more as a leader, this is an amazing tool. Or if you are just want to build your confidence as a leader in the church, this is a great tool. AJ or Stuart, do you want to speak to it at all? Because you're actually going through it as first timers.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm a leader, but when you're in a class of other leaders teaching it's stretching you on how to be a leader. And great leaders require other leaders, but we're all lifelong learners. So it's great to learn something new and to apply it. And I've enjoyed the class. I really have. The book is great, Canoeing the Mountains. So if anyone wants to get a good leadership book, you can read that. But I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed working with people also in the Spanish-speaking congregation, and it's been a great group. And I was really honored to be part of the first testing group. So definitely.
Yeah, I was looking for something like that too. I used to read like John Maxwell books on my own and try to get other people on staff. This was like forever ago, to read leadership development books and do like strength assessments and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about this one we're doing together as a group with a spiritual angle and as a lot of people that are both staff and lay people together working on it. So I'm excited about it.
The interesting thing about this too is that we're in a new age in the church, and we have to we talk a lot about adaptive leadership. We have to change our style of leadership because the church has changed. And you know, the church, we cannot continue to lead as we did in 1962 or 1990 or even 2012. Like, culture has changed, and we have to figure out new ways to reach people for Jesus, and that's not easy. The problems that we are tackling are adaptive problems without easy answers. And so we talk about that a lot. And I think it's important for the more people that have this conversation about our adaptive issues in the church and how we can address them, the more people, the better.
And by the way, we have quite a good mix in the group. We have 8 groups, like starting from like, I think Rosie age to let me not mention the other side because I don't want to, that might be anyway, we have a very good mix in the group of age groups representing the different voices of the church. So don't think that because we're dealing with adaptive issues, we're hearing just one voice. It's just 1 or 2 generations. I think I would not be mistaken. We say that we have like 3, 4 generations sitting around the table. So it's good.
Good.
All right. So I just posted on the Facebook comments too. If you would like more information, you can email us at info@findnewhope for that. We did have a question come in for Pastor Riley. Pastor Riley, they want to know if your July 1st appointment will be part-time or full-time.
Well, the appointment is full-time, but I'm only going to work part-time. I think that's fair to say. I will be appointed full-time. Yes. These people work way overtime. Not me. I'm a part-timer. So, but I understand the question. I am appointed full-time.
Gotcha. We did have a comment come in that says, it's from Kelly. She says, we're up in New Tampa, so I love that our small group meets via Zoom at 11 a.m. on Sunday. I haven't missed a week since quarantine started. So that's a collateral blessing right there.
Yay, Kelly.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything they want to highlight before we wrap up tonight? I know we've got worship coming up on Sunday, 8, 9:30, and 11. Passage service on Sunday, following
service 12, 12:05, 12,
12:10.
12:10, something like that. But
Media.
it's going to be streamed, and I hope that you join us. I'm sending out some information actually probably tonight that we are going to attempt our very first virtual tune-up, and it's going to be next Friday evening. So we have some games that we have in mind. We have some time that we think is going to be well worth spent virtually, and we're going to give it a shot. So next Friday night at 8 p.m., we are going to do a Zoom tune-up, I guess. But stay tuned. You will be getting an invitation through the email or text, however it may be. And if you're a student and you want to share it and bring a friend, by all means, do so.
Chris, do you want to say something more about the graduation service we're having?
Graduation Sunday is May 17th. And what we usually have done in the past is that the youth comes in and takes over the services for that Sunday. Obviously, we're in the situation we're in, but the youth are still taking over. So we will honor our graduates in a way that is not really what we usually do live, but we will still give honor and celebrate our 2020 graduates, and our youth will be doing the message and the liturgy that Sunday for our services. I will say, and I will remind those students out there that are graduating, if you haven't gotten your information to me yet, please do so right away. It's chris@findnewhope.com. Or if you're a parent and you have a college student graduating and you just want them to be recognized, just get in touch with me, let me know the information, and we will have it broadcasted on that Sunday to help honor and celebrate them. It's going to be great.
I have one more thing before we go. We know about certain things that people are doing to help in our community. We have the food co-op, we have Meals on Wheels, we have people making masks. But if you're doing something else, let us know. We want to know kind of what our New Hopers are doing. And what made me think about this is I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that my friend Jane Owen, maybe she's watching tonight, but her whole family attends New Hope. And she has been collecting extra food. You know how Hillsborough County schools are passing out lunches, and for the extras that people didn't need, she has been collecting that in her driveway over the past week. And she has collected this huge quantity of food that will go to Seeds of Faith, which is a hunger ministry down here in the Bloomingdale, Lithia area. So, I mean, that's really, really cool. And my guess is that many of you are reaching out and doing things to make a difference in our community, being the hands and feet of Jesus. We want to know about that because those are glory sightings and they're encouragement to others. So if you're doing something, don't be shy. Let us know.
Awesome. Chris, we had a question come in about graduation. Charlene wants to know if she can add her grandson and granddaughter, even if they go to a different church.
Well, Charlene's a part of the church, so why not? That's not an unusual request. That's fine. I mean, we will acknowledge them. Yes. I mean, that's fine.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions we had for tonight. I want to encourage everybody to pop on tomorrow to the Zoom at 3 p.m. We'll also replay this Monday night at 7. If you have any questions for us, email us, info@findnewhope. You can put them in the comments below. You can email any of us on the panel here with our first name at findnewhope.com. And we'll see everybody next week.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. New Hope.
Bye.